I'm out of storage, but it's okay. Like I'll have to rip the audio because I want to post the audio too. Hey guys, what's up, everyone? We're live. Sorry it took long. We were just talking behind that backstage a little bit about some stuff, but we're gonna get started right now. I'm gonna play the intro. We got the amazing Tommy Edwards with us, my good friend. Okay, and I usually play the subscribe video, but Tommy made this video,
Welcome
guys. This is
Typical
amazing.
Skeptic
Check this
Podcast.
out, and
Be sure to
we'll
like,
play this for you guys too,
subscribe,
so you remember to
and
subscribe
turn
and
on
like and
notifications.
everything. Okay, now it's playing over again. All right, there we go.
Yet, I animated one of the like alien pinup calendar images.
That's cool, man. I love that. You know. Wait, let me do a proper intro. I have your bio here. Let me see if I pulled it up and yeah. Oh shit, I have to go from here. Yeah, guys, just give me 1 second. We're gonna do a proper intro for Tommy because Tommy's literally one of my favorite guests, guys. I wrote tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm joined by fan favorite touchdown Tommy Edwards, the targeted individual, former standout college football player for Virginia Tech, talented musician, and advocate for mental health, and everything else benevolent. Tommy has lived through deep black ops programs, targeting, and always brings raw truth to the conversation. And I also wrote on the anniversary of 9/11, Tommy and I will break down the hidden layers behind targeting programs, black ops, and possibly SSP connections. Plus, Tommy always usually plays us a song on his guitar. A lot of times he'll play Traphouse Kotilion. That's a crowd favorite that always gets the chat buzzing. And with all that said, I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Tommy, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
I'm well, man. How are you doing?
Good to see you, man. How's it going?
It's going, man. I've been sick for 4 or 5 days. Just kind of coming out of that. And I think I have that. It's the Lone Star tick, like alpha gal syndrome, like where you're suddenly allergic to meat.
Yeah. What do you think how do you think you got that? Like, it's a tick, you think?
Yeah, it's the Lone Star tick from a tick bite.
Wow.
And, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had some ticks on me from working in the yard when I was working in the yard. Yeah, and I think that might have been Lone Star. They weren't the typical ones that we have in this area. They're smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nasty, man. Yeah, these ticks are nasty.
Most of them were, weaponized.
Yeah.
That was one of the ways they figured out how they could, I guess, not eliminate, but neutralize certain populations by just dropping ticks in the area that had like Lyme disease was created in a lab. I think on was it Jekyll Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also creates, like, it's not just physical symptoms, but it also creates like a mind virus too, right? It can mess with the mind. A lot of these like ticks that get you, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, anything that affects you physically can also affect you neurologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably the whole goal. I would suppose, right? I mean, like, that's probably what they're trying to. Yeah. I don't know. That's insane. But yeah. Where did you want to start? You had some really interesting information on 9/11. Did you want to start with that since it's like the anniversary of 9/11 and stuff?
Well, yeah, definitely. It was kind of the nexus for a bunch of the targeting program, proliferation of the targeting program anyway, was after 9/11. It existed before then, but after that, with the Patriot Act and the birth of fusion centers, and then Stellar Wind, which collects all of our data and into perpetuity and has AI go through and analyze it. That's where all this pre-crime and and the targeting and non-investigative subjects, on the terrorist watch list, kind of stemmed from, after they built or created the system of the fusion centers. Sorry, I've been getting some heavy neurological attacks in the last, pretty much every day for months and months, which we were able to record the audio on just a recorder, and it's audible to everyone that's present. Just and very disruptive frequency attacks, but so since they developed and spent all this money on the creation of the fusion centers, and they realized there really wasn't a ton of terrorist activities in the United States, not as much as they had kind of their assertions of the level of sleeper cells and things like that were hugely kind of blown out of proportion, and as a way to kind of legitimize their funding and their existence, they started taking nominations for the terror watch list, from which this was all part of from early on too, just the fusion and flow of information. But you have local, state, federal law enforcement, but then also all of your intelligence agencies, and on top of that, you have citizens, partnership through Freemasons and InfraGard, Neighborhood Watch, and they are citizen spies, kind of Stasi from East Germany, and they're incentivized to do 24/7 surveillance, which is illegal, unconstitutional, and all the nudging that's done through the targeting, through mobbing and street theater and
Tommy, for people that don't know about mobbing and street theater, because we have some new people watching tonight, they might not know the whole targeted individual stuff. Tell people a little bit about mobbing and street theater a little bit.
Well, mobbing is when you're out in public, and suddenly, when you're someplace where there isn't really a crowd, and suddenly there's a crowd just forms around you immediately, people rushing to get there, to just kind of be. Sometimes it's just in traffic. You'll be somewhere where there's no traffic, and all of a sudden you're surrounded by a bunch of cars that are blocking you in, and boxing in. It's called a rolling box. That way they can meter your flow and your ability to get places, and also surveil and kind of agitate you. They want you to know they're there. They do the same thing if I go to the grocery store or just any store really, and I often go at kind of odd hours, and as I'm going there, there'll be nobody on the street, and as soon as I get on the street, all of a sudden there'll be tons of traffic, and they all go to the same place, and half the people don't buy anything. They just follow you around the store. That's mobbing and street theater. But street theater is also where people will they'll force situations and interactions with you, and then sometimes act offended, or you bumped into them, and just dumb shit. It's just to agitate you and to trigger psychological mechanisms that pick up on this seems really weird, unsettling, and puts you into hypervigilance.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But you were talking. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
In the grocery stores, people will follow you or be on the other side of the aisle, or the next aisle over, and they'll talk about things that you're thinking about, or that are intimate to your life, in a way that makes you know that they're read in on something, as a way to, it's a form of neurolinguistic programming.
Oh, I get that where someone like a random person will come up to me and they'll say something that's like something I've done that day, like like something like that only I would know about, but they'll like say it in a rhetorical way that it was like, oh, is that a coincidence that really just happened that you said that? Oh, what if but it's not a coincidence, you know what I mean? And does that happen to you as well?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Or they'll take note of what you buy at the grocery store, and then like someone that one of the perps handler kind of folks that'll be like someone close to you that's compromised, or someone that's come into your life recently that seems like that really is overly like like the instant best friend kind of deal,
Yeah.
And they will do weird shit, and they'll say shit that other people have observed. They'll comment on like your shopping habits, or like just things that, and in a way that makes it just seem like they're just talking shit, but it's out of context to whatever they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good question from Surface Planet Radio, and Surface Planet Radio says, he says, with mobbing in street theater, do you think they are even aware, or are they under remote control? Would you say?
I think they're playing Pokemon Go, like role play. There's also something that's called like surveillance role play, which they think they're working with like law enforcement or intelligence services or agencies, as a way to train their recruits, or their new officers or agents in these scenarios, and they think that the people that are being surveilled are also read in on it. But they're told all kinds of crazy shit and lies and defamation. Some folks are there because of their ideology. Some folks are there because they're getting paid. Some folks are there because they're getting blackmailed. It's different like motivations for people to participate. But a lot of them probably think they're playing a video game like Pokemon Go, and they get points for being close to the target, and they may not even know that the target is the target, that they're looking for some imaginary cartoon character through their phone that just happens to be geolocated like near the target.
Wow. And then what about handlers? Like, how can you know if a girlfriend or a friend is actually like a CIA handler or a hired hand of the CIA to handle you?
Well, I mostly start picking up on the neurolinguistic programming. If people are really, really like hip to like help you do things, but then they don't ever really follow through with them. But it's a way to I don't know, develop rapport. But then you're so busy being targeted and trying to get have a life and trying to make a living that you think, why would anybody participate in such a way? And this is my new friend. They obviously have more experience in this, so they got this, and I'm going to trust that they got this. So during the period of time where you thinking that they've got something handled, then and they're not doing it, then you're not able to do it or seek assistance elsewhere to try to help or find a solution. So it just kind of creates a bottleneck of everything that needs to be addressed in different ways. I don't know that, and like just through contradiction, lies, if their facial expression and their words don't match on a regular basis, like you got some empathic nature to you. I'm sure you pick up on the micro like expressions that people have.
Oh yeah, I'm able to read people really well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one way, and just trusting your gut. Like I've been sick a lot lately. Like, and I had one handler that used to poison me with eye drops. and when she'd like make food or bring me food,
Wow.
And
That's fucking.
so so I was sick a lot. And then I figured it out. And then somebody sent me a screenshot of a group discussion where she mentioned, putting eye drops in somebody's drink, and somebody else saying, you can give them a heart attack that way. And she said, no, it'll just give them, the shits. And then she said, no, you can really, been people charged with murder. And she's like, oh, well. And that was like 2 years before I met her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On my Rumble channel, I've got a little video called that says it's called "Handle This," and it's exposing one of them. The one that was poisoning me, anyway.
Wow, that's fucked up. So, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a side. You were talking about 9/11 and the development of these fusion centers and how it all like trickled down into areas of like not just surveillance, but surveillance and possibly targeting of the population. And we knew about the Patriot Act. I think every conspiracy theorist knows about the Patriot Act and what its true intentions were. But you're going a lot deeper than the Patriot Act. There were other things involved here. Like, is that kind of where you're going?
Yeah, I mean, it was the proliferation of the targeting, which was planned, and it goes back well into the into the 50s or if not before. If you take into account like the square and compass perspective, that goes back to the beginning of our well before the beginning of our nation. Most of our presidents have been, members of secret societies that are, that participate in these types of suppression, disruption of, people they disagree with, or they stand, have some adversarial stance towards, be it, religion, spiritual ideology, political beliefs, or just maybe a corporate competitor or like a business competitor. There's lots of ways that people have been targeted, but in the modern stance, modern kind of perspective, it takes all that plus everything that the CIA learned from MK Ultra. And the handbook that the Stasi used, to suppress political dissidents in East Germany, and kind of the old, suppress political dissident playbook. You discredit them, or claim that they're crazy, try to send them to the psych ward, or have them arrested, or if that doesn't work, you have them murdered. And typically try to pin it on somebody that that's a loner that doesn't have a patsy. But that's a whole different rabbit hole within the targeting. Most targets were targeted as political dissidents, as whistleblowers, or just people that don't have a strong support system, and they're easy targets. And then we're part of a digital currency, cryptocurrency mining, trafficking scheme. It's part of it. And then like the nudging and like the jump scares and all the shit that people try to do to gaslight us. Those are all that's all in participation with basically like online wagering, kind of like Hunger Games. We're the betas in the situation. We're the product testers, if you will, to see how well it works and how much they can get the general public to do towards other Americans, without really asking questions, or just kind of taking orders and just terrorizing their neighbors and committing treason.
Wow.
In doing so. to actively try to impede somebody's ability to that life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is a crime. Sabotage people's lives is a crime. And when it comes down to it, this should be investigated as a RICO case. But there's so much of our of the government, the factions within the government, if you will, that just seek to protect the corporate interests over the individual rights of the of Americans. That it's
Oh shit! I think he froze, guys.
Like some legal action.
I think your internet's going out, Tommy. You kind of froze a little bit.
Yeah. They're trying to shut me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, military complex ops for sure. BlackRock has they've got a clandestine HQ set up less than 3 miles from my house in an underground facility at the Rapid Army Ammunition Plant. It's part of the reason that targeting is so heavy here, and just this MK Ultra sub projects that weren't part of the financial records they found took place here in this little area. Still,
like if you had to guess, like how many people do you think are being affected in these Black Ops programs, like MK Ultra style? Like, because there's like you're public, but like there's probably, if there's a BlackRock facility in that town, I bet you they're experimenting on a lot of people, right? Knowingly or unknowingly.
Oh yeah, man, I know at least half a dozen people that are experiencing remote neural monitoring to the point where they've been in and out of psych facilities and or incarcerated due to it, and all of them participate in the targeting.
Wow.
And their targets themselves, so it's got to be way more than that. I mean, I've friends that live over an hour away that, we go out to play music one night and 2 of the employees from the underground facility were there. They introduced themselves. They actually bought me a beer. I got into an argument with some dude outside. My buddy and I were just running through our material outside before we went and played, and the guy just got mouthy and he was telling me that I was talking about some of one of the Black projects kind of privately with my buddy, and he just overheard and jumped in and told me that I didn't know what I was talking about. And this guy was there on his honeymoon when he was there with his bride, and I about knocked him out. Instead, I walked inside, and there was a couple standing at the bar, and they're like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, let's buy you a drink. And it turns out that the 2 guys worked at the underground facility at where BlackRock set up now. This seemed kind of odd. And this was in Bristol, Virginia, which is like 90. It's over 100 miles away because we're exit 109, like 110 miles away, right down on the Virginia-Tennessee border. But 9/11. So I ended up dating a chick who up in New Jersey, whose dad was the construction foreman for the rest of Trade Center Plaza. Not the towers, although he was intimately he knew those buildings intimately as well, and worked with the folks who built them, and he oversaw the building of all of the other buildings at the plaza there, including Building 7 and like the underground train station and all that. And he said there's no way that that planes would have knocked the buildings down, and they were definitely planned or controlled demolition, and that the fact that that high grade, that high, tensile steel was melting and flowing out of the side of the building like lava. That there's nothing in a jet that would cause that type of heat. It would have required something like nanothermite, which is an explosive, to reach those temperatures and actually like pour out like molten lava, just or molten steel. And that there's no way Building 7 just collapsed. But it was also controlled demolition. There's even a hot mic where somebody captured, tell them to pull Building 7. That's I guess a term for demolition term for when you hit the button there. It's like pulling a string on it,
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also there was a vault under Building 4 that all this gold bullion, like over 300,000 ounces of gold bullion and over 300 million or 400 million ounces of silver disappeared from the vault. And the door had been opened with a piece of heavy equipment. There was only one journalist that actually saw it before they cordoned the thing off. And it was a writer for the Greenwich Village Voice, I believe, and he now lives in exile because he's afraid for his life. Because he witnessed that, and there was a bunch of evidence from RICO cases, like financial crimes and stuff that were being investigated that disappeared, and a bunch of intel and stuff from the CIA and evidence from the FBI for different things that had that just evaporated out of the vault.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that. I knew money disappeared. Do you think that money got funneled into black ops programs and stuff like that?
Yeah, or in people's pockets.
Yeah.
Definitely black ops programs. It's funded. A lot of the the false flags and things that have occurred since then. We've also seen proliferation of mass shootings, and even the redefining of mass shootings to make it seem even that much more inflated. If it's more than 2, I think that could be domestic situations, not necessarily like where there's an intention for going out and creating like a public hysteria, like school shootings and like the Boston Marathon bombing and stuff. Those things, because they're public and more visible than like something a squabble between neighbors or like gang violence.
Surface Planet, I'm reading some of these comments here. I'll put some of them up. They're good. For Surface Planet Radio, it says Rico's lawsuit, but for super soldiers, just saying, maybe, possibly. And then Chloe Ariel says about some of the money that missing. Says, was it a weapon that can pulverize rock from space? Because they do a lot of mining on the moon supposedly. And who knows what else they're doing up there. And then IB says, I'll let you respond to all these. IC says maybe linked to the missing Fort Knox bullion about the money that went missing. I don't know. So that was some good comments. So we got a really good chat tonight.
Yeah, they like gold's used in microprocessors, and if we do have a secret space program, probably has required some like high tech development of technology that might require things like gold and silver for the connections for for the data systems that or operating systems of the craft, and any type of off planet, I guess, domiciles that would have like an all inclusive environment, that would be safe for humans to exist in, would also probably require, a lot of technology that we haven't considered at this stage. But yeah, I mean, in mining the moon, the theory that if the moon is a satellite and it's hollow, then mining would be kind of like a facade to maybe to disguise the fact that it's not really a planetoid, that it's actually manufactured by somebody as a way to observe and participate in what goes on on the earth, or I don't know. These are it's all speculation at this point. I mean, there's some I don't know, credence in some of the ideas I just spit out, but so not really my area of expertise. I don't know. Yeah. What do you think, Rob?
I think we're in a bad position. I think the world just keeps getting worse, and I think the surveillance keeps going up, and I think the targeting keeps getting worse for people, and I'm trying to make sense of it all. I really.
You ever read the Bachman books, some Stephen King's short stories?
No.
He wrote a story that became the movie The Running Man, which with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was like it's like a Hunger Games kind of scenario, and that's kind of what's going on with targets, and how we're like our we're being live streamed essentially, through our own sensory perception, and apparently people can those that our lives are being outsourced, and people can purchase the ability to log into us under our skin with direct energy weapons, or to have others participate in nudging in different formats, and that it's pretty fucking twisted, like subscriptions, or like it's the one of the elements of digital human trafficking that we're being subjected to.
Why do you say digital human trafficking? Is it like because are they what's I'll let you explain into that first, but like Nathan, who we've done shows with in the past, he was talking to someone that he was saying that like the world's that this guy was telling him about how the simulation works, and he feels like our simulation is based on the blockchain, have you ever heard this?
Well, definitely. Well, so Bill Gates has an international patent for the software that mines cryptocurrency off of people, off our off our energy, So
it's like a Bitcoin bush harvest.
Yes. Yeah.
Insane.
But the patent number is 060606.
Wow. That can't just be coincidence. You know what I mean? That can't be coincidence. That's too.
And then with what we got going on with Peter Thiel and Palantir coming in, I think there's a connection with mass harvesting loose supply to reptilian government connections, along with the NIH. Well, I think that
intelligence.
I'm not sure as far as like reptilians go. I think that there are elements of humanity that have extreme reptile like traits as far as their ability to express emotion, and that they're very sub-brain. They're very like medulla oblongata.
I remember that from the Water Boy. Remember his
Exactly. Yeah. So it's an actual, like, it's turning our energy or into currency that it's being mined from us, and the more that we're nudged into states of fight or flight or hypervigilance, then that creates more currency. They're trying to nudge us and cause us to have reactions to get to be perpetually in essentially fight or flight. And then they also they take out like insurance policies, or they bet on our demise and the means of our demise and the rate of our demise. And these sociopaths think that shit is that's entertainment.
That's sick. That really is sick. It is.
Yeah.
And, let me see if there was other good comments here. So what do you think about the theory about the planes for 9/11? Do you think those were, real planes, or like?
Well, I think it's weird that I think there's a lot of inconsistencies. That the fact that they didn't find any debris next to the Pentagon, no wings, no engines, none of the heavier parts and pieces that would typically you'd find in a plane crash. And the same in the field in Pennsylvania. It looked like the first people there said it looked like like it was just a big hole in the ground, like something hit it, but there weren't pieces of anything. Which you think you would find if a commercial airliner went down like they do everywhere else. There's debris field, and there was a very minimal debris field in both of those sites, and I don't know how the buildings would completely swallow up all of the debris, much less. It's been proven that there's no way they could have started the fires that would have generated the type of temperatures that would have caused the building to collapse or the steel to melt. And there was, you'd figure if something that big moving that fast hit the building, at least one of the engines will shoot all the way through the other side of the building, or bounce out the other, or one of the sides, and wind up falling, and that's a big chunk of steel. Each one of those is like a massive engine block.
Yeah.
And those things don't disappear. They didn't really find, like, it just seems odd. To me it seemed like, I don't know, if DARPA's 25 years ahead of us, then they had AI that could have done this back then, like just video, just the crude stuff that I worked with, just like this thing I made the thing with tonight, I used a image generator, a creator for the imagery, like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, or at least a year ago, and then I just animated it like an hour ago. using really crude methods.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, I was saying, yeah, I was just agreeing with you. It was interesting. Yeah, like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and then I remember I interviewed Ed Dames, who used to be on Art Bell back in the day. He was a reviewer, and he told me that a lot of those guys that were supposedly on the planes, like he tracked one of the guys down. I think it was Muhammad Atta, and he's living in Egypt. So it's above the supposed hijackers that were on those planes, but now, or he's either in Egypt or Saudi Arabia. I don't know. It's weird, right?
A public theater of the obscure. It seems like it was definitely a false flag and black op. Like, I mean, you had Neil Bush owned the security company that had the security contract at the with the towers up until the 10th. So if they want to know how somebody could have gotten in to wire it up for demolition, I mean, there you go. I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer. And
I just want to say, like, guys, we're talking about a lot of conspiracy theories tonight, and I can't prove anything, but like, I just want to send a shout out to all the people from New York, because all those people that died that day, like, they didn't deserve to die, and like, I'm a patriot first or anything, so I care about those people, So whatever happened, I still care about the people, like it's heartbreaking, some of those people that lost their families, and it's just really, yeah.
It's sick to think that any faction of our government or any part of our government would facilitate or even entertain the thought of killing its own citizens in such a horrific way. It is dumbfounding. There are no words.
Yeah, that was it is, and it seems like they did the same stuff with Vietnam, all those guys that went over to Vietnam. Yeah. I had to look up I just had to look this up, guys, because like this was another big conspiracy that was going around. It was the 9/11 dancing Israelis conspiracy. You know about this? It says on September 11, 2001, several men were reported in New Jersey photographing and filming the burning World Trade Center towers. Witnesses claimed they were celebrating or appearing to cheer as towers burned. Police later detained 5 Israeli nationals who were working on a moving company called Urban Moving Systems. The FBI interrogated the men for weeks. Reports suggested they were suspected of having foreground knowledge of the attacks. Though no charges of terrorism were ever filed, they were eventually deported back for immigration violations. And then some researchers and conspiracy communities claim this incident shows Israeli intelligence Mossad may have had prior knowledge of 9/11, or that Israel was somehow complicit. But they also thought that thing about Saudi Arabia too, that because a lot of those hijackers were supposedly Saudi Arabians, But yet we went to Iraq. We went to Iraq, and we went to Afghanistan. We went to Iraq for oil and Afghanistan for heroin or poppy. It seems like that was the real thing. Why we won't. Do you agree?
There's also the Stargate and.
The Stargate. Yeah, there's Stargate, right? Sorry.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, and then there were other things that they were searching for in Afghanistan as well. So Saddam had Stargate technology. It wasn't just retaliation for him, trying to kill George's dad.
Yeah, which that was a true thing, right? He did try to kill. What did he send, an assassin after him or something?
Yeah, but they got to get out of here with that weak ass shit, They were on him white on rice, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That's it. They were on that guy like white on rice.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have some really elaborate plans if you're gonna try to commit a crime in America. Like that. And usually, like we're saying, if you commit a crime
I
like
mean,
9/11, you
and
pull
think about
something
this.
off, the government's involved in it. So it's like the only people that are able to commit these elaborate crimes are the government. Like because everybody else is being surveilled to a point where you know what I mean. Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, think about this. Like, they're generally pretty good. If I mean, somebody's trying to assassinate a president, and it's typically, the intelligence community, uh, uh, and they miss, like with Reagan. I mean, they hit him, but it didn't kill him. But he sure was complicit in anything they wanted to do after that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Bush Senior would have become president in one had Reagan died. Now we're really all over the place. Anyway, I've been getting targeted like a motherfucker lately too. I sent you that little video and images of the of my security system glitching out,
Let
but
me
still
see if I can.
showing the presence. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know if I can be able to pull them up because let me see here.
and there's a video of a microwave direct energy attack that anybody with infrared, like security cameras and infrared camera, they can capture that as a way to show that it's happening, because it's infrared picks up on the heat signature of the microwave pulses.
Yeah, he sent me this orb too. Like it's let me see if I can. Let me see.
Yeah, that's the one. Get the one. Show the video of the Sprinter van, the back of the Sprinter van, where it looks like it's a blizzard. That was one thing, and that was in super slow motion too.
I wish I could load.
Now that's showing somebody in the system trying to cover up for it, but doing a bad job, and it was really pixelated. There's another image of just the back of a van. That's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Damn, I'm trying to pull it up. Let me see here. I wish I could load these up on the computer. That would be a lot easier. Like.
Yeah.
Damn. This this thing is weird. The one thing you sent me, I'm just looking at these now. That's why I didn't see these earlier. Like
Which
you
one?
have some weird shit floating through your house. It looks like astral sea creatures or something. What would you say about that? Like this thing it's in your house. You have circle. It's like an astral sea creature.
The hand.
Yeah. Well, is that what that is?
That's a friend of mine walking into the kitchen, and AI trying to mask over her, but not sure if it should or not, and it showed holes through her, where it was projecting what was on the other side of her from like an earlier bitmap from an earlier timestamp, and like superimposing it over it, and it does that when I have intruders, or when people come to the house to gaslight me and move shit around, it'll cover them up. But every now and then it glitches, like the first one you showed of the sign, and it gets pixelated above the sign, and it's that's obscuring a person.
Wow, that's insane.
Can you show that one again?
You want to show it again and see if I can blow it up a little bit, like.
And see if you can find the one that's it's the back half of a van. Oh yeah, that's my friend. That's her hand. Now, if you scroll through those, it's just a progression of her moving forward. Okay, and you'll see how it's you're still seeing the desk and what's on the wall behind the desk through her.
Wow, that's a hand. Wow. Yeah. That's insane. It's almost like she's a ghost, It's weird.
Yeah. So go to the next one.
Oh my God! Here's the last picture. It is a person. Look, guys, it is a person.
But see on the corner down here, behind her elbow, you can still see through her to the wall and the desk and what's on the wall. Just like
Why
you could
was she
when you could see
becoming translucent like that? Are you saying that was AI like over her? That was like AI superimposing itself over her, making her translucent?
Yeah, it's taking the same pieces of the bitmap from the still shot of the camera from the moments just before she walked through there, and it's trying to superimpose those over top of her to make it to where you don't see it. So to where it's like it's cloaked, where she would be cloaked.
Wow.
And it does that, and it's been doing that for 6 years with people moving in and out of my property, doing things to gaslight me and to break into my house to sabotage vehicles. I've other instances where there are glitches, and early on it was really crude, and it would be like really rough, pixelated, like the one of the guy coming up over the sign there. That's the exit sign. It's like an angled thing. That's the top of my back gate.
That's insane.
Yeah, but that the same night as we had the thing where it started to cloak over her as she walked to the kitchen. There was super heavy like pulse microwave activity attack on the eastern side of my house. I even took one of the cameras out and filmed it from a different vantage point with a different camera to make sure it was, to try to determine where it was coming from more than anything, which direction. Because the cameras on the house are they're in fixed position. I had one that just the camera that wasn't attached to anything, that I just had hooked to a really long cord to the DVR and was able to take it out through the back of the house and move it around to try to see if I could determine the direction it was emanating from.
That's crazy. You get some wild shit happen to you, man. Like, you really do. You get some. Remember that? You remember that? I know you remember. I just say this rhetoric. I just talk like. But that paranormal thing that happened in front of your house? That was like, it was like 5 different things. It was like that was amazing. I've never seen.
Shapeshifter thing.
Yeah, the shapeshifter. Yeah, it was like 5. It shapeshifted into like 5 different things. And guys, this is like the craziest paranormal footage I've probably ever seen in my life. Like, it is real. It's an entity that shapeshifts 5 times. Like, it's like
at least,
man, like
at least, and not to mention it disappears and then reappears. Yeah. And I think that's if you have it handy there, if you want to play it, you can.
I wish I did. Do you have it? Can you send it to me on Facebook, and I can maybe try to pull it up? Like, I don't know if you.
I can't send shit on Facebook right now. I'm locked out. I've been locked out of my Facebook since February.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because someone on earlier, and I think it was Brooke. Brooke said she sent you a friend request on Facebook. Brooke, I think you have to friend request them on TikTok if you're still watching, Brooke. Like, because you're active on TikTok, right? You're able to get into that?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he went out.
Oh, it's that. There we go. Sorry, dude.
That's all right. Yeah, but this is amazing. Oh, yeah, guys. Like, what we can do is, like, we can take a couple. Maybe Tommy will play a song if he wants to for us at the end. But like, we can take some of your questions. Like, if you want to ask us anything about 9/11, or if you want to, submit a comment about 9/11, something you feel about it, you can put that in the chat. Or if you've been experiencing targeting, let us know in the chat. Because I'd love that. Show Tommy like some of the stuff you guys, how you've been being targeted, or if you have any questions about extraterrestrials or Black Ops programs or SSP or anything, just put it in the chat right now, and we'll get to it, and we'll have like a fun little Q&A for a couple minutes, and we can do something like that. Because we have a lot of people in here. YouTube always says it's less people than what's in here. I can tell there's a lot more people than what YouTube is saying. So.
Yeah. What does it say? How many does it say?
It says we have 25 watching on YouTube, but 20, and then something like 20 or 25 watching on Rumble. But like, like I think there's more people watching on YouTube. Okay? So Brooke got your message that you're on TikTok. What's your handle on TikTok so people can get a hold of you?
Shit, man, I don't know. Tommy Edwards, touchdown, Tommy. Tommy, okay, let me look. Hold on. I'm a little slow sometimes.
This is a good question from Shiba Inu. She says, "Why do you think they care about targeting us at all?" Or like, why do you? Oh, you went out for a second. Oh, he comes back. It's from what I know, Shiba, for the people that are being targeted, and I can speak. I feel sometimes like I'm being targeted. Like it's a program that they're rolling out on the public. They're not rolling it on the public. They pick certain people that they want to target, and then
sorry about that.
Back?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Tommy, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, Tommy, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Oh, let me log in from my phone. Hold on. Let me hold on. I'll be right back.
Hello. Why do they care about targeting us? Oh, we're data. We're data. We're commodity. We're bought and sold and enslaved through digital trafficking.
Tommy, can you hear me now?
Yeah, man. I can hear you now.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, guys, don't mind my phone. It's a little bit far. I got to clean off the camera. I don't know what's up with this. It looks really bad. I got to clean up. Let me, I don't know if I can clean this off real quick. What's going on with this? Like, it might be the, yeah. But Sheba had a question here. She said, "Why do you think they care about targeting us, or why do you think they're targeting us?" And I tried to explain to her. I said it's a program, right, that they run out on certain individuals before they run it out on the mass population. Is that what it is, Tommy? Or
yeah, we're just commerce. We're commodities. We are we're widgets in the machine. They're mining our essence, our energy, our telemetry.
Yeah.
And it's bought and sold for all kinds of reasons. And then the ability to remote control into somebody and under their skin, to cause pain or to interject thoughts in ways that the person couldn't be able to recognize as not their own. It's pretty insidious, crazy shit. They wager on our demise, on our reactions. Yeah, that's about it. I don't care about it. It's not a personal thing. I mean, there may be people in your direct targeting program that make perps and handlers that have a personal vendetta against you personally, but that's not only on that's their own psychoses and personal hangups and things, connections that they have to you personally through either pre-existing or just their own neuroses. And
this is a great comment from Angela Coleman. Thank you for this comment, Angela. She says, "Do you think the network that's doing this is crumbling? 10 years ago, this never could have aired." Well, I'll just tell you, Angela, and I feel like they're messing with my camera on my phone, by the way. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but like you still can't air this stuff now. Like there was a point where I thought about just putting this on Rumble, you know what I mean? But like I wanted people to be able to see it, you know. And I mean, like I get a lot more views on Rumble, but like they're still coming down on this information hard. Like they might take this down, you know what I mean? Like if YouTube senses some, you know, like you never know what. It's so hard to say what they're going to target and what they're not going to target and what they're going to take down. And you know, sometimes you could have a video that like you would think it would surely get taken down and it won't get taken down. But then you could have something where you didn't do anything wrong and it'll get taken down. So that, you know, but like, sorry, Tommy, but like, that's about the YouTube or whatever end of it. But like, she says, do you feel like the network that's doing the targeting is crumbling? And then she's, you know, yeah.
Not yet. I think they're shoving money in their pockets as quick as they can.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a hidden economy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
As they say, evil never dies. You know, it just shifts forms. It just puts on a suit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know.
People were wondering if you could play something for us before we take off. Like, I mean, is there any chance we could hear something good, Tommy? Jason wanted to hear your song called Words, but whatever you feel.
Do that. Cool. I'll do words. Let's see.
We love when you do. We love when you play the guitar. Like I know the audience really loves it.
Well, I appreciate that. It's good that people can appreciate it. I've been waiting so long for you to walk right through that door. I've been searching high and low, but I ain't searching anymore. All my words are on the table, every combination red. I just can't outrun these memories of every stupid thing I've ever done and said. Years go on and pass forever. I feel I'm getting old these days. Youth is passing like a freight train, and I have little more to say. All my words are on the table, every combination red. I just can't outrun these memories. Stupid thing I've ever done and said, yeah. I've been running for so long from myself and where I've been. The tide is pulling me away from my family and my friends. Now all my words are on the table, in every combination red. Every combination red. Can I run these memories? Every stupid thing I've ever done and said. Years go by and pass forever. I feel I'm getting old these days. River ponds distort reflections from pebbles thrown in younger days. Yeah. All my words are on the table, in every combination made. Yeah. I just can't outrun these memories of every stupid thing I've ever done and said. my words on the table, and every combination red, every combination red. I just cannot run these memories. Every stupid thing I've ever done and said. I've been waiting so long for you to walk right through that door. Yeah, yeah. I've been searching high and low. Whoa. I ain't looking anymore. No, 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 no. I ain't looking anymore. I ain't looking anymore. All my words are on the table. Every combination, red. I just can't outrun these memories of every stupid thing I've ever done and said. Ever done and said.
Wow, man, that was insane. That was amazing, man. That was one I never heard that one before. That was great.
Yeah. I got another one for you. You want to hear one?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bring it. I'm down. If you want to do Trap House, Trap House is always good too. But I mean, like, you know, whatever you want to play.
I can see the future stumbling my way. Take me to my lover and shake my soul away. I've been holding on. Well, I'm kicking and I'm screaming and I just can't kill the pain. And consume me till these moments slip away, but they'll slip away. They'll slip away. Say break from all rhyme and reason. God, devil, angel, demon, holding on. Kicking and I'm screaming and I just can't kill the pain. I drink it and consume it till these moments slip away. They'll slip away. They'll slip away. Take me to the river, put my soul out to the ocean. Shake your soul, feel your soul's devotion. I've been holding on, well, I've been holding on. Well, I'm kicking and I'm screaming and I just can't kill the pain. drink it and consume it till these moments slip away. They'll slip away. They'll slip away. I can see the future. She's stumbling my way. Well, I've been holding on. I've been holding on. Well, I've been kicking and I'm screaming, and I just can't kill the pain. I drink it and consume it till these moments slip away. Well, they'll slip away. They'll slip away.
Tommy, that was amazing, man. You have an amazing voice, dude. Like, you are so talented, man. Like, seriously, I'm not just saying this because I'm your friend, man. Like, you are seriously talented. Like that. People are clapping in the audience, and I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, this is amazing. Shiba Winu's clapping, Angela Collins clapping. This is. It was really good, Tommy. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, dude. That was amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How long before we go, how long have you been playing music, and how did you start getting into it? Because I know you were a college football standout. So when did you start getting into music and stuff?
Oh, I started getting music when I was a kid, I was picking up my first records to buy when I was 4 or 5 years old. And my first 45 I got was Billy Joel, Still Rock and Roll to Me.
That's a great song.
And then the first album I got was Kiss, Decade.
That's a great album. I love Billy Joel, man.
Yeah, man, especially the 70s stuff.
Yeah, people don't know this about me, but I love some 70s, 80s, like Daryl Hall and John Hall and Oates. I love Hall and Oates. I love Toto. I love Billy Joel. You know what I mean? I love that kind of music where it's I don't know. It's like rock, but it's not really rock. It's it's I don't know. I don't know what you would call that. It's but I love that kind of, I loved Hall and Oates, man. Yeah. I had cousins who were older than me that used to listen to Hall and Oates and stuff like that, and they put me onto it, and I just really value that music, But you were into that at a young age, like Billy Joel and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was 4 when I picked out Still Rock and Roll to Me. That was my first album that I bought, and I still have it somewhere. It's been a big part of my life. But I started playing music 12, 13 years old. I found a guitar in the trash can that was broken. The neck was broken off of it, and it was a cheap electric guitar. And I went home and put it back together with a license plate and a bunch of wood screws and some wood putty, and it was terrible. The action was all crazy like that, and it wasn't right. But I could play Smoke on the Water with it and a few other things. And then I bought a guitar from a buddy, and I bought a better guitar, and yeah. Thank you.
Here's Michelle. Michelle says, so thankful for Tommy's time and music. We really appreciate it, man. This was that was amazing, man. We should do, Tommy, sometime. I remember Dan Armstrong talked about this, but we should do a Tommy Edwards live concert. We should over the internet. That would be cool. We can get people to donate and stuff, and I don't know.
The Quantum Field Party.
What do you call it?
The Quantum Field Party.
Yeah, that's cool.
The Quantum Field Party.
Oh, I love that.
because everybody's everywhere. So we're all together, Quantum Field Party.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I'm going to have an event soon. I'd like to meet you in person, man. We've been doing shows now for like 2 years, and I have to give a shout out to our mutual friend. I know she doesn't want me saying her name on live stream because then she'll have me take the video down. But that lady, she's a great lady, and she wouldn't introduce me to you a couple years ago. We've done some really classic shows. It's I always appreciate having you on, man.
Likewise, it's always a pleasure to be guest on the show. It's I appreciate it. Appreciate what you do. Here's
Brenda from Beyond the Box. She says, "Tommy, we love you."
Thank you.
And it's good to see you here, Brenda. Always appreciate having you here. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we go?
I'd rather play another song.
Do you want to play Traphouse Kotilion?
Oh man, should I play Traphouse Kotilion or something more provincial?
I love Traphouse. Let's do Traphouse Kotilion. I love that.
Okay, let's see. Now, this is not safe for work content.
Yeah.
There, Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. Street smart, sweetheart, slinging dope like they sweet talk. She's a big ballin' bitch, high as gasoline, eating Zanny bars, flipping trampoline. She got some badass hoes in the limousine. They wanna crawl up in your lap like a dang-a-ling. Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling, Traphouse Kotilion. Bridget, Betty, Barbie, and baby. The latest, greatest, greasy, gravy. Up all night, up all day, rocking to the rhythm of the microwave. I said, beep, 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 beep. Traphouse Kotilion. Traphouse Kotilion. Traphouse Kotilion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. Ringworm promenade, say. Tapeworm serenade. Cool people got it made. I got a bowling ball bag of a million suede. 16 pounds with my ball done weighed. I roll tree honey like every day. I said bacon, 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 and a RC cola. Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion. Bitches eating cornbread. Traphouse Kotilion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. Gotta work, work, work. Gotta twerk, twerk, twerk. Oh, touch a little baby, make a jerk, jerk. Lick a little kitty, make it squirt, squirt. Say Traphouse Kotilion, Traphouse Kotilion. Traphouse Kotilion. Got me a girl with her name's Darlene. She's the sexiest thing on the trap house scene. Don't fuck with her snacks because she's crazy mean. She's got more tiger blood than Charlie Sheen's in Traphouse. Traphouse Kotilion. Traphouse Kotilion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Kotilion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Kotilion.
That's
Don't forget
Tommy.
to bring your Traphouse Kotilion badges and wait official colors. Chartreuse and Traphouse Vermilion. Get $2 off.
The lyrics of that song, Tommy, are so great. Even Coley in the chat, she remarked, rocking to the rhythm of the microwave. So for people that don't know about the trap house, that's like what you'll hear in the trap house. Like, people are cooking crack in there, and that's the microwave, So that, I think people get that. But like, and then you said something about Darlene. She's the sexiest thing on the trap house scene. The lyrics of that song are great. I gotta see the lyrics. That is amazing, man. Like, I love everything about it, man. What made you want to write that song? Like,
being around pretentious bullshit, and also, encountering a trap house or two.
Who hasn't, right?
I mean, my neighbor ran one for a while.
What's that?
I had a neighbor that ran one for a while. I'm like, hey.
He had a real trap. I know. I've never been in a trap house. I never have. But I mean, I've heard a lot about it. You know what I mean? And I used to do a lot of street shit. I was involved in some really bad shit, but I never got involved in a trap house. But your neighbor really had a real trap house. But was it was like a functioning crack house or what?
I don't know if functioning would be the word. I mean, I had a roommate in Nashville that was a cocaine enthusiast, and
Wow, that's insane, man. Yeah, that's
which made life weird.
I love this comment from Chloe. She says, this is a great comment from Chloe. She says, creativity is the cure for all this destruction.
That's right, baby. You know it. Hey, preach. That's it. Or teach. Teach is better than preach, I think. What do you think? You prefer teach over preach?
This is a great comment from Michelle. Michelle says, Robin Williams says Coke is God's way of telling you have too much money.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Except he didn't, and that's why the electricity kept getting shut off.
Yeah, right. That's what happens for most of the people. Yeah, it's like
he wouldn't tell me that's late or need to be paid. It just gets cut off, and then you got to pay for get it turned back on. And that was 5 times in 7 months.
Like your song Traphouse Kotilion is so fitting for what's going on in today's society. Like we can joke about it, but that's really like what's going on. You know what I mean? That's what's crazy about it. It's like it really is.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that's unique to our generation, or this or the younger generation. I think it's something that's indicative of all societies at some point. Do
you think they've had this type of thing in other cultures, like in other timelines or something like that?
Like an opium den?
Oh yeah, they did have opium dens. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Balloons.
But the theory of a trap house is so sinister. You know what I mean? Like the reason why it's a trap house is because they're going to trap you there because you're addicted to the drug and you can't stop buying it. Then the dealer just sits there and profits all day while people are, smoking crack out of pop cans and shit, spending their last dollar, not eating. It's horrible. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's capitalism at its finest.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean that's the fucked up reality about it. It's like recycling the shoes at the fucking at Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Or the teeth. Yeah. I mean that's the highest level of capitalism.
That's it's insane, man. It is like Chloe clapping. She says, "Yeah, man, this is great." Well, yeah, I mean, maybe we should do a live concert, Tommy. That'd be really cool.
Live from the quantum field.
Yeah, That would be cool. That would be cool.
The quantum field party. We got. I mean,
Yeah.
We got to have Psychic Duck. We got to have Psychic Duck on, like maybe the MC or.
That would be hilarious. We could see that. We could get the Psychic Duck for sure. That would be. Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Hey, we're gonna have like back when they'd have like telethons and shit, or they'd have like these weird like shows like every now and then on cable or on network TV that would be like, Circus of the Stars or like just different kind of like formats, Yeah. We could do that with the us community,
Oh yeah, well, Jason wanted me to ask you about your book. I'll put it up. They want to know how's your book coming along.
It's coming along, and I've had to take a couple of periods off to kind of just reflect on stuff and trying to figure out the best way to get it all laid out, because it's a lot of material right now. I mean, we at one point we decided to split it off and do a whole separate book with with a bunch of the material from it, just so it's the first one.
Yeah, my friend DJ. I think somebody just said my friend DJ Jill's in the audience. I don't know if you ever saw her on my show before. She's like SSP too, and she it would be cool, man, to get to get a lineup of people to perform. Like I could get DJ Jill to maybe spin some, to do like she does like electronic. We could get you to perform, and then maybe we could get Arkeem Ra, to do a performance too, and do like a collaborative like a music festival, like online during the day. That would be cool, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'd be good.
Or anybody else that wants to contribute musically, we would just have to figure out how long people go for and like all that stuff,
Quantum Field Party.
Quantum Field Party, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, how they would have like I was talking about, like these network kind of shows where they would have like there'd be a host and they're typically a comedian. They have like a straight guy with the comedian for the back and forth banter. And then they would have different acts that would perform, and that format was like, a quick stand-up set maybe, or like a one song or two songs by a band. You could do it a little longer sets.
Yeah.
As far as like the music goes, that way it's more festival and less telethon talk show. But have vibes of the two. That way, it's because we're working from different locations. We could punch it back, back and forth.
I would set it up where I would ask people to donate like $5, everybody to donate $5, and then I'd give all the money to you guys. You know what I mean? Like I'd give the money to you, Jill, Arkeem, whoever was coming on and performing. Like I think that'd be a good idea. Like we could do like. Where people donate, because I don't know if I should, we should charge people because some people don't have it. And I want everybody to come. So, just do it on the honor system and ask people to donate, I don't know. That would be a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah. It's definitely be an interesting, kind of experiment and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think there could be a like a tiered like not like say if you donate a certain amount, then you have access to other parts of the festival or interaction with through interviews or something that wouldn't normally or that the other part is only seeing like the performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with some people. I'm gonna message our team and and like all the people who do music in the audience, like if anybody would be interested in performing in a small little concert, like let me know. I don't know how many people to get, but like this is something like we should definitely talk about this offline, Tommy. This is something we should try to put together, like it would be cool. I think it would be really cool. Like I think we should definitely, I think we got an idea here, I think this is yeah. Well, I got another interview in 10 minutes. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you, Tommy, and how they can donate to you if people want to donate? And thanks, man. This was awesome.
Yeah, man. They can find me. I'm live from the quantum field most every day, and just around. So just beam in. No, on Twitter or not Twitter. Twitter's Tommy Edwards something. I can't remember. They got a new one there, or X. You find me. You look up, Touchdown Tommy Edwards. On TikTok, it's Touchdown Tommy or Touchdown.Tommy, whatever. And if they want to contribute something to the buy an artist or coffee fund, or that's on my name there is on was it CashApp, Dr. Gonzo Bing Bong, hashtag Dr. Gonzo Bing Bong, and it's case sensitive, so and of course there's my own OnlyFans, but that's people are typically disappointed because it's OnlyFans. I take pictures of like ceiling fans and reciprocating put them on there, and
dude, if they keep demonetizing me, I'm gonna have to start an OnlyFans. I don't know. I mean, it's getting to that point. They keep demonetizing me and taking down my shit. I'm gonna have to start an OnlyFans. I'm kidding. I would never do that. Plus, I'm not in the kind of shape.
Why you judging, dog? Huh? I got my OnlyFans on there. It's clickbait because it is kind of a provocative picture on the front there, but then it's just fans once you get inside.
Dude, I love you, man. You're awesome. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And I have another show in 10 minutes, and I'll see you guys in 10 minutes with Missy Hill. We're going to talk about the Charlie Kirk murder. We're going to talk about a bunch of shit, so come to the next show, guys, for sure. And thank you, Tommy, and have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Tune in.
Thank you.